Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is Katie's Dreamland for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic. A small theme park with a few rides and room for expansion. Your aim is to double the park value. Your objective to achieve a park value of at least 200,000 at the end of October year 3. So quite an easy goal then. This isn't going to trouble us, and this park is somewhat based on the real life park Lightwater Valley, and this ride here, the Storm, is based on the real life ride called the Ultimate, which I believe was the longest coaster in the world at one point. But it's actually now been it's been closed for good. So yeah, I never got to ride it, which is a shame. So anyway, then let's have a look. Then we've got the entrance there. We've got a train, which kind of gets in the way, I suppose. We got some paving. Let's turn off scenery so we can see things a bit better. We got something under here. We've got a mini coaster, runaway plumber. Decent enough stats. Let's check out the stats on that. The reason we're going to want to emphasize on stats is because it's a park value mission, and park value is mainly calculated on ride stats. We've got a pirate ship in the middle of nowhere, and we've got a go-kart track just there. Oh, okay. Don't see these too often. And we got one of these mini suspended thingies. Okay. And boats in the middle, which we're probably going to get rid of. Let's check out what we've got. Then we've got a transport ride, as we know. We got not a bad selection of gentle rides to begin with. Decent enough selection of coasters to begin with. Some thrill rides, a couple of water rides. The log flume could be handy. And not a great selection of shops. So, first things first then, let's put all our research into shops. Because we haven't got a drink stall. That's one thing that jumps out at me. And we do want a better variety of food stall as well. Okay, and yeah, we've only got the one food stall, we are in danger of, no matter how many we put down, no matter how many pizza stalls, we are in danger of worst park food, I believe. Okay, so we're researching shops for year 1. We're charging for rides. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go around, I'm going to tidy up the pathing, make some changes to the rides. I can tell you now, this train track, this train ride, this is not going to stay here. And the Ultimate, just here, it's a very cumbersome looking ride. I mean, look, it goes up, it drops down, and then it's got another lift hill all the way up there, and this really weird section up the top. So there are going to be changes made. Quite drastic, maybe? I don't know. But also not drastic. Ooh, quite cryptid. Or cryptic, I should say. And we've got land to buy as well. Some around the edges. Some in the middle. Let's have a look. Ooh, expensive. Yeah, okay. Let's look at the finances. 10,000 per year. And loan-wise, oh, there's tons there. Loads. Wow. We can borrow loads if we need it. Yeah, so I'm going to crack on. I shall see you soon. October year 1, 119,000 park value. At the beginning of the game, we started off with 129,000. So we have lost 10,000. That's kind of normal. Rides will depreciate over time. So we got rid of the train. We've replaced it with a junior coaster. Not exactly, obviously, because, this is a coaster, not a train. So it does do some funky twists and turns and stuff around the place. And then we've got the second station, a few more funky twists and turns around the place. And then the third station just down there, called Worm Gang, because there's 3 trains on it. So I'm calling them the Worm Gang. So we're charging £10 a go. Decent stats on that. That's not bad, is it? One of the sections is a lot longer than the others, but it doesn't take that much longer, really. So, yeah, we've rejigged this ride slightly as well. It's hard to see. Let's make it a bit brighter just so you can see it. There you go, just so it stands out. What colour was it? Was it that? I don't know. Okay, so let's have a look then. Stats are a bit better as well. So we've moved the path in slightly on the go-kart, adjusted the track slightly as well. And then we've got some more shops and stalls around the place. And then we've split the station on the Ultimate as well, just to help with throughput. And I've also got, it's also to future-proof it for an idea that I've had going forward. Because I did say we are going to make some drastic changes, but also not. So we've swapped research now from shops into, let's check out that sweet umbrella cash coming in as it's raining. It's rained. I was going to say almost every month, not quite, as you can see, but it feels like it's rained every month. Now there you go. We've moved the pirate ship from the middle of nowhere. It was over here. We've moved that down to here. Got rid of the swan boats. So year 2 then. We've swapped our research into thrill rides. I'm going to start focusing on putting down flat rides around the place, leaving some gaps for possibly coasters and things like that. There you go. Value's gone up a little. It will fluctuate because part of value is based on amount of guests in your park and also the amount of guests going on rides and things like that. So, but the bulk of it is stats. So we're going to focus on that. That'll add a decent amount of value, the flat rides will, because they're quite quick to build as well. So in case anyone is wondering why we're doing Katie's Dreamland and not Factory Capers, it's simply the fact that the idea I've got for Factory Capers is a bit more work. So that'll be next. So I've gone one ahead, and then we'll go back to Factory Capers on the next video. If you're watching this sometime in the future on the playlist, I'll put them in order so you won't have noticed anything different. Yeah, so that's the plan then. Flat rides. Let's crack on. October year 2, I said we were going to make drastic changes, but not quite drastic changes. Anyway, park value 193,000, so a big leap over the last year then. We need 200,000, so we are going to do this quite easily. We've got another year to go. So yeah, I've made drastic changes, but we'll look at them later. Let's have a look. We've got Space Rings, one of the worst rides in the game, but it's an extra ride. It'll bring guests into the park. Added a no entry sign on the exit for the underground, was it a mini coaster just there? I mean, I missed it the first time on the first pass during the first year. I picked up on it in the second year. Look how long that path is, and guests were just wandering down there for no reason at all. So yeah, let's turn that back on. Okay, so we've got 3D cinema just there. 3D Storm Chasers. Have I renamed the one underneath there? Runaway Plumber. No, I think that was the name it started it off as. And then we've got a log flume just here. Katie's Logging Corp. Don't know who Katie is, but presume she owned the place when we took over, or it was named after her. So decent stats on that. Decorated the bridge. Maybe we'll do something interesting with that later with some ride interactions. I don't know. It's kind of future-proofing it. Spiral slide just up there. And then we got some seating areas with the shops just down there. And then we've got a top spin called the Catapult, because it's Katie's Dreamland. And it kind of looks like a catapult or a trebuchet. I don't know. What's the difference? Who knows? Nobody knows. Not even Mr. Trebuchet, who made the first one. Haunted House, just there. And we've seen this one as well. And, ooh, what's this over here? We've got Launch Time. Launch Tower. Underground goes up through the go-karts, and then it comes out just down right there with a motion simulator just there as well. So loads of new rides this year, focusing on the flat rides, as I said. And we've also done this. Now, one thing about park value is that, as I said, a lot of it is based on ride stats, but you also do get a penalty for having multiples of the same ride type. So, If this was a normal scenario, it would probably make more sense to have two separate rides for this. But instead of having two, what I've done is I've gone for a Mobius design. So the one that was on the first station, what I've done, because the track comes back to the first station, which is the one nearest to us, what I've done is I've decided to build a second station on the, so now closest to us this side, and connect that up to the first chain lift that was already there. That way, when that comes back all the way around, it's automatically connected to the first station. So the second station goes to the original track and then comes back to the first station. Does that make sense? And then what I've done then is I've just added new track running alongside. Had to go kind of go underneath and alter it slightly like that. And then with this one, then I've kind of gone, there's some twists and turns, but it kind of just goes up and down and back. And it's just a shame it's not running because it does sync up really well, which is more luck than judgment, I'll be honest. But I will say that when you've been building as many coasters as I've done over the years like this, you do tend to, you would be surprised how often it syncs up really well. You kind of just get a feel for it. So if you can see just here with the chain lift, the rain's not helping. So I've missed a couple of chain lift pieces at the start of the inside track. That's simply so that it syncs up a little better. Hopefully we can see it. Oh, there you go. So it's a bit of trial and error going on to this. So what I did was I saved it, then I put it on test, had a look to see what changes we need to do, and then loaded the save back up, made the changes, saved it, tested it. Sometimes it gets to that point, but they're neck and neck. Yeah, but the actual design of the ride is, I haven't changed it. All I've done is add maybe a little bit of chain lift or taken a bit of chain lift away, and it just seemed to work out really, really nicely. I was very surprised. Anyway, yeah, so that's that done. We've swapped our research now into roller coasters. We need 200,000. Oh, there you go. We've got 194 now. So we are going to do it. We're going to lose a little bit at the start of the year, but we're going to more than make up for that with the new rides that we're going to put in. And plus, we're going to get a load more guests as well. So, yeah. So the plan for year 3 is roller coasters. We're probably going to reduce the prices of rides as well to encourage the guests to stay in the park for a bit longer. And yeah, I'll see you probably at the end of October year 3, unless something interesting happens in the meantime. October year 3, and we've got a launched looping coaster just here called Dreamtime. Decent stats on that. So it launches out into a loop. I said it launches out. Guests are still boarding. Hang on. I said it launches out into a loop. No? There you go. Underground, back around the back of the 3D cinema. Twists and turns. Drops down and then back around. It's launching at 40 miles per hour. We could increase that by a lot. It just looks a bit weird having it go in really, really fast all the way around the track. It's better to have it sort of going fast and then slow, kind of, like it's dancing or something like that, rather than just having it going non-stop. I think so anyway. But if you are struggling for park value, what you can do is increase the speeds of any launch coasters or things like that, and you will get higher stats, providing you don't overshoot the intensity, and then that'll give you some more park value as well. What else have we done? We've seen that. There you go. We've got Mr. Clicky. Now, there's a reference there. Decent stats on there. I was thinking of calling it Katie's Kitty, but I know how some of your minds work, and I don't think that would go down too well. But, so I've called it Mr. Clicky. Mr. Clicky is a reference to a Clockwork Mouse from the book Maurice and His Educated Rodents from, which is kind of like a side, what they call it, like a spin-off from the main Discworld series. Oh, hang on, look at that. What have I done? What? No, it's right. It's right. I was looking at the roof in the middle there. See the roof right in the middle there? Like that. It just looked like I'd placed it in the wrong place. You know, sometimes you do when with the isometric view, you place it and then you rotate it and it looks weird, but it's fine. It's fine. So we've got that. So yeah, I do recommend if you've ever wanted to read any Discworld, I do recommend that book. It's mainly a kid's book, but it's good fun. It's kind of like a parody of the Pied Piper. And then we've got no, we've seen Wormgang. We've got Katie's Dream Mine there. It's where you mine dreams. So the price on these, we've got all the coasters now down to £5, just to increase throughput, increase value slightly. So it goes underground. Maybe there was an old mine there and it's using like an old mine shaft, and down and around and back up. So we had to rejig Forest Flare slightly to accommodate that. What else? What else? What else? Is that it? Is that it? So we did more. Oh yeah, I went round. Yeah, that's right. At the start of the year, what I did. Oh, we've done it. Stew. Wormgang sauce. At the start of the year, whilst I was waiting for a decent roller coaster to come out, I went round doing all the fencing and putting down some extra shops and things like that until something decent came out. I was toying with the idea of having a launch coaster, shooting up, maybe up here, and then coming back as a shuttle. Oh, I forgot. Yes, I need to show you this. So it's broken down at the moment. So let me turn off scenery a second. So sometimes when they break down, what happens is they go out of sync. Now there's 4 trains on this. Obviously 2 for each track. It might be easier. I've called it the Ulticate as well. Kind of a homage to the Ultimate and Katie's Dreamland. Ulticate. Yeah, I kind of think it works. Okay, so let's change the color, different colors per train. And we'll go train 1 in blue. And then train 2 will go, why don't we go, I don't know, yellow. And then train 3 will be blue. And then train 4 will be yellow. Just to make it easier to show you what I'm going to do. So, because they've lost their sync up, does that make sense? I don't know. So you've got 2 trains there, and you've got 2 trains then on this track. So what we'll have to do now is I'll take the synchronize off. So then this one will start moving. It's running on fast forward. There you go. Once it clears the blocks, that'll move. Right, we'll put it on synchronize. There you go. And then that one moves. Once it clears the blocks, these will go. There you go. And now it's back in sync. Quite easy. With 2, it's a lot more difficult when you've got a Mobius coaster with more than 2 tracks, especially if you're using like mouse coasters or something like that, or Virginia Reels, that sort of thing. Yeah. Kitty's Long Cope still hasn't been fixed. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're finished now. Would they really just stop like that? I don't know. That's a thought. When it breaks down, I presume the ones that are on the water carry on going. Yeah, they must do. They must do. It's not like Rollercoaster Tycoon wouldn't obey the laws of physics, now would it? Yeah, so this was Katie's Dreamland. Fun scenario, kind of based on a real life park. I haven't been there, so I can't tell you how lifelike it is. It's a bit of a shame that I never went there whilst the Ultimate was open, and now it's closed. I haven't really got any reason to go there because the rides that they've got now aren't very good, and they're aiming for a more child friendly park, and it's just so far away. I mean, well, not really, but kind of is, in the way that you've got to go past so many better parks to get there. I think one day maybe I will visit, if I ever visit Flamingo Land, which is quite close by. But yeah, until then, I'll just have to play this if I want to get my Lightwater Valley fix. So yeah, this was Katie's Dreamland. I've been Stu. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.